Welcome to Unit 3.3 with Cell Transport and Homeostasis. I'm Wendy Nofke. I'm going to be presenting this lecture clip for you today. Cells need to be able to get substances inside and outside in order to survive. And so some things are going to be able to cross the membranes directly. Others will be too large to cross through the membranes directly. The ones that do cross the membrane have a few different mechanisms that this will happen. Passive transport is going to be a way of moving things across the membrane that does not require any energy for the substance to cross. Because it does not require energy, the substance is going to move from an area of higher concentration to an area of lower concentration. With simple diffusion, the substances move across the membrane without the help of other molecules, and it is solely due to concentration. The smaller molecules will actually squeeze between the lipids in the plasma membrane. One special type of transport is osmosis. This is the diffusion of water across the membrane. This will happen if there is unequal concentrations of water on both sides of the membrane. It will want to equal itself out. Some things are going to need to cross the membrane at a specific location. These will require the use of transport proteins. In facilitated diffusion, you're going to have diffusion with the help of a transport protein to move a substance across the cell membrane. Although it's going to use that transport protein to help it get across, it is not going to require any energy to do so. With active transport, energy is going to be needed to move substances across the cell membrane. A common example of this is the Sodium-Potassium Pump. Here you're going to have an active transport pump that's going to move the sodium out of the cell, and it's going to put the potassium in the cell. This is going to use ATP to fuel this process. As this happens, you'll have 3 sodiums moved outside of the cell for every 2 potassiums that are moved in. This will create a concentration gradient across the cell membrane. The sodium-potassium pump is so common that this actually accounts for about 1/3 of your energetic use every day, your resting energy use, just fueling sodium-potassium pumps in your body. Vesicle transport, this is going to be used to move molecules that are too large to pass directly through the plasma membrane. In these cases, these molecules are going to have to get engulfed in part of the cell's membrane, and it will then pinch off to allow the substance to move to the other side. Endocytosis is going to be when a cell engulfs a vesicle and it allows the substance to move into the cell. Exocytosis is essentially the reverse of the process. The vesicle is used to transport the substance to the outside of the cell.